In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. Hello.
Cello.
It was like, there was something that was like, cello?
Huh?
I don't know. Somebody, like, on School of Rock, he said something, and he's like, cello.
Never seen that.
We need to watch it. That was a good one. It's cute.
Yeah.
You never like anything I suggest. That changes today, folks.
No, I've liked some other movies that you suggested, just not all of them.
Everybody take a shot. We're not even a minute in, and Fifi's bothering us.
Yeah, bothering me, to be exact.
Yeah, she doesn't like me. She's too needy.
Ma'am, we're trying to do a podcast here.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am. We don't want your attention. Go.
Skedaddle.
She looks back slowly, and she's
real
like,
sad and walks off.
Aw. My name's Katie.
I be Ler.
So that's how it's going to be today.
I be Ler.
I be Ler.
I be Ler.
Bueller. It's like Bueller from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No, I've never seen that either.
You need to, like, get your shit together, bro.
I watch interesting things, not boring, stupid shit.
Okay, prostitute. You need to watch good movies.
Prostitute. Brotein shake.
Professor.
That's my favorite one, brotein shake.
I call people protein shake a lot.
You should patent that. So if people say it, they have to pay you.
Pay me royalties, bitch.
Yeah, but now someone else is going to do it now that we said it. You should delete this.
I frequently sit here and try to think of ways to put bro into a word. Like I was sitting there today, I was like, what's another good one?
Make sure you write them all down and patent them all.
I don't know. I've thought of one. I thought it was funny, but now I can't remember what it was.
Of course you didn't, because you didn't write it down.
I just sit there and think of
you
words.
Don't listen to me,
like, like prostitute, but it's brostitute.
Brostitute?
No, bra, like bra.
That's bra.
Prostitute.
People are gonna think you're talking about a bra.
No, you know how like Cali guys are like, yo, bra.
No,
you're just being contrary.
It's bruh, not bruh. Bruh.
Prostitute.
Yeah, BRUH. Bruh. Not
Prostitute.
bra.
Prostitute.
There you go. That's better. Prostitution.
Working on the corner for that protein powder.
For that protein shake. That's cum. That's gross.
Ew. Oh, I can't even connect that. Why is that gross?
Wow.
I was just thinking because I watched this video of this guy who had this huge duffel bag and he goes into the bathroom and these guys are following him and these guys are giving him $5 for a scoop of like I guess pre-workout or whatever, and I just thought that was funny. And
giving him some other stuff.
That was in my head instead of
they're giving him some of that protein shake.
That is.
How was your week?
Great. So I was talking to Dom, and this week he decided to, I don't know, lovingly call you Chocolate Gummy Bear, which bothers me on so many levels.
I am his chocolate gummy bear. I would be yours, but you don't like my chocolateness. He does. He appreciates it.
You know that YouTube video of that gummy bear skipping, and she's like, "I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear."
So long, get stuck on a bear trap.
Bear trap. She's like,
starts screaming.
That's the chocolate gummy bear I see you
need to see that again. I forgot all about that. That is like one of the best videos I've seen right there.
This week's been going so far so good. This week we go to Orlando. Yes, there is this. We are doing a few episodes in a row so that we don't have to worry about it while we're on vacation. So this episode actually doesn't come out until February 11th, which is awesome. So if you're listening to that, happy February 11th. But guess what?
Happy February 11th.
February 11th is our anniversary.
Oh, for the podcast.
The podcast. And us, actually. The 12th is when we first had our first date.
Yeah, but that's technically not an anniversary.
I mean, it's the anniversary of our first date.
It's like first date anniversary, but who goes by that? Us.
We don't, because you're not romantic. But hey, we're here. How was your week? Instead of my sad life, what's yours?
My life is sad too. I just chill and play video games.
Yeah.
And watch movies for the podcast.
We watched another. We watched a really good movie.
We did watch Violent Night finally.
Oh my god, it was good. Holy shit!
Yeah, it was really good. You didn't even catch on to that.
I thought it did. I was just like, holy shit! Like, I wasn't expecting Santa because when you stutter,
that was like the whole point. He's like, holy shit!
So it is on Peacock. So if anybody wants to watch Violent Night, we might reserve it for next year's Christmas month. So we might watch it again later because it's actually really good. And then we watched another movie yesterday, Sick, which was actually really, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Sick was good.
Like, the girl I did not anticipate being a badass was, in fact, a badass.
I've never seen neither one. I've never seen any of those people in the movies before.
It doesn't have to be, like...
I'm just saying. The only person I've seen, but he was in Ozark, was the dad.
Papa.
Everybody else, I've never seen anything. But... yeah, it was good. It's basically about COVID. So for y'all who want to see Sick,
but it's not about COVID. It's just
it's not about COVID, like how it came about and how you get it. Blah blah blah. It's just a movie
where COVID is a
COVID in it, and it's a problem, I guess. So
anyway, that's what we did yesterday. Sunday. I had a really good comment from a gym goer. I don't know if I told you this. I was sitting there and I just got to the gym and I set down my bag and I was putting my headphones in and I hadn't started my music yet. And this old guy comes up to me and he's like, "You come here every day, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "Wow, that's awesome." And I'm like, "Yeah, not going is for the weak." And he looked at me and I'm like, I stared at him straight faced and then he just walked by.
Well, I'm weak, so because I don't go to the gym often.
Never go to the gym. But I did quads today and glutes, so my ass and my quads hurt.
Good.
It's great.
Got a little leg and buttocks in.
My ass hurts. But anyway, that's where we're at. That's where I'm at.
Well, do you have the stuff up?
I guess we can go to the meat and potatoes. I don't know if we have anything else to discuss.
No.
All right, meat and potatoes. Ready for our movie topic, or movie and topic, but we're going to start with our movie like normal. And I guess Ler is going to start reading it.
Comedy action. So we have Guns Akimbo.
Akimbo.
And what does Akimbo mean again?
I looked it up because I wasn't really sure. I had a guess of what it was. But Guns Akimbo actually means double fisting it. So having two weapons in each hand, one weapon in each hand. So you can sword akimbo, you can knife akimbo, you can axe akimbo.
Oh, so you can have dicks akimbo too?
If you want a dildo, go for it.
Not dildo. I'm sure there's some women out there, probably prostitutes or something, that have two dinglings in their hands. That's dicks akimbo, right?
Sure. I like how you have to make it awful. I was being educational and you just fucked it up, dude.
I was being educational too. Some people like threesomes.
What can you double fist?
Some people like threesomes. Some people like foursomes.
Some people like just
so what do you call
orgies?
Three in your hand? What is that called?
Too many.
Too many.
Just too much work.
Just too much akimboing going on there.
That's a bimboing. Hey.
So Guns Akimbo came out in 2019. And jumping ahead there.
Wow.
6.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
I'm surprised that didn't get more.
51% on Rotten Potatoes.
51?
51.
Wow.
There's a lot of haters out there.
Haters gonna hate.
4.2 out of 5 on Voodoo.
Oh, good. That's not bad.
And 72% like this movie of Google users.
So what are we saying is a good score of Google users?
I would say 70 plus. I mean, that's 70%. So
that's like a C minus.
Yeah, so 70% or higher I would say is good.
Okay.
But obviously if it's 80 or 90, I mean, that's like
awesome.
Really good.
I wonder if there's any movies out there that have like 100% on Google.
Not that we've seen so far. I'm sure. Well, I'm pretty sure there'll never be 100% because there's too many people that like
Haters.
not everybody has the same interest in movies, so there will never be 100%. I don't even think we've even seen a 90. I think the highest we've seen is 89.
I thought we had a 94 one.
Oh, maybe we did. I don't know. I can't remember. So synopsis.
Penis, peni.
Miles is a video game developer who inadvertently becomes the next participant in a real life death match that streams online. While Maya Sooms excels at running away from everything, that won't help him outlast Nyx, a killer at the top of her game because she does a lot of drugs. Release date is February 28, 2020, even though it says it came out in 2019. Oh, wow. That is super low. Director is Jason Lee Howden. And then guess what the box office was?
25
25,000
million. 7. Less or more?
Way less. It didn't even hit 1 million.
Are you serious?
It says box office is 847,947.
Really? And it had Daniel Radcliffe in it. Wow.
Unless like that's not.
No, I'm going to reach out to
updated.
Daniel Radcliffe just to talk about this movie, not Harry Potter, which I'm sure he'll be pleased about.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Unless this is not like updated or something, but it says box office not even 1 million.
This was
buckaroos.
but the thing is, you didn't really know about this movie, and this is like a movie up your alley. So
I wonder, did it come out in theaters? Mm-hmm. It did.
It didn't have that long in theaters, though. I think it was because of COVID, because it was around 2020.
Oh, this came out in 2020. Oh, that's right. That is right.
So that's
it is COVID.
Definitely a shitty situation. So it's actually not its fault.
Yeah, that's
So I'm
true.
sure if it went back to theaters,
even think about that.
I'm sure if it went back to theaters, it probably would do
this
a
is
lot
pretty
better.
Dope ass movie. Like I don't see why it wouldn't be.
It would be cool as a 3D movie.
Like even watching a trailer, I was like, "Fuck it," because it kind of reminds me of Crank with Jason Statham. Statham.
And it reminds me of Fight Club a little bit.
Why Fight Club?
Because it's a club that they kill each other in.
So this is a mix between Crank and Fight Club. Because
And that
Crank
video
part is Nyx, who has to do a lot of drugs in order to do what she's doing, and then Fight
I've
Club
never seen
part
Crank.
because,
I've never seen Crank.
Seriously, that is my next movie. 1,000,000%. That is my. It is a good movie. If you like this, you would like that.
Okay.
It's damn near almost the same.
Are you done with reading?
It's damn near almost the same.
You had to touch the screen. No, you didn't do the people.
Oh, well, I mean, everybody knows who's in it.
Right. Because they can
We
read their
have
fucking minds.
Daniel Radcliffe. We have Samara Weaving. We have Natasha Lou Bordizzo. That's a cool last name. Yeah, that guy. Ray's Darby.
I like that name. How do you spell that right?
Ned. Probably didn't say it. It's RHYS. We have Ned Dennehy. However you say that. Oh, his name is Fuckface. Set.
Isn't that the Gimp?
The guy with the mask.
Right.
Set. I'm gonna butcher this. Joe Stronden.
Good job. That actually
No,
sounds
it's probably not right because the O has a little 2 dots over it, so it's probably some other pronunciation. And we have Mark Rowley as Dan. Who's Dan? I don't know.
Dane? Dane.
I said Dan.
The guy with the mohawk.
Oh, okay, got it. So yeah, Guns Akimbo.
I need to reach out to Daniel Radcliffe about this movie. Not that he would actually say, because he's actually a very famous actor, but
He might be Coolio. Who knows?
I think he is, because everybody's like, yeah, he's awesome, kind of thing.
Yeah. So
Just be like, 5 minutes of your time, sir. 5 minutes.
5 minutes times 2.
And then we'll just make it the most awkward 5 minutes of everybody's life.
Don't want to do that because then no one would ever want to do it again. So
Just be like, dude, awkward
do
5
that.
minutes with us, please. And thank you. Anyway, cool. Let's get into this movie. Guns Akimbo. So when this movie started, you can also watch it on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can definitely watch it on that. It's free.
Amazon Prime.
Because I know we said you had to rent it on Redbox or Vudu, but just looking on Amazon Prime, it was there. So kudos. So when this movie popped up, I was reading why it was rated R, which is it's rated R. And it said foul language, but at a quick glance, I thought it said cool language. So we are going forward.
Cool language.
And calling foul language and or cursing.
Cool language.
Yeah, cool language. So.
Well, they also show, I don't know, it's probably not true, but they also show Radcliffe's pee-pee in this movie.
Did. I don't know if that was really his pee-pee.
Pretty sure it's not, because it's the same way when they did the Django, they showed Jamie Foxx's wee-wee, and it was not his.
It was not his.
It's not his. So it's probably the same thing with Radcliffe's.
But we saw it.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. My eyes are damaged for the rest of my life. I saw a penis. Seeing mine, it damages my retinas every day.
I'm just
Fuck, I saw it again. Fuck, I saw it again.
Are you sitting here naked? What the fuck?
But yeah, just so if that will give the ladies out there more interest to watch the movie.
There you go.
You get to see Radcliffe's
See, that's a perfect
pecker.
question. When we get him on, just be like, dude, was
the first one. Is that your real dick?
was really that your dick?
Was it really? Because I don't think it was. But was it really?
Nice, man.
Touche. Mine's white as well.
Oh. Okay. So guess what? We're just going to
dive right in.
Build a bridge and get over that
Oh.
white dick.
That white penis.
Bitch ass penis.
Wow.
All right, so the movie starts off and Richter, who's the bad guy, is saying, oh, what people really want to see is death, which is actually kind of true.
Sorry, I got to pause you for a moment. Can we? Well, for one, the dogs are snoring, so take a shot.
Another
take
one.
2 shots. I think all 3 are snoring, so take 3 shots. Damn, you got to take them back to back. Boom, boom, boom. I got to touch on Mr. Richter over here. So
he needs lotion.
Just a little visual look of this guy.
He looks like a dick.
He's bald-headed. He's tatted up from like the fucking. Well, you don't really see his arms and head.
His full head is tatted.
His full head is tatted. It probably goes all the way down to his feet. But I just have to touch on something here. He's supposed to be like this hardcore fucking killing machine. Doesn't give a fuck about anything. Just like an asshole. And he's wearing sandals with socks.
Oh my god, that was gonna come later, dude.
Oh, sorry, I just had to touch on it now.
We didn't see his full ensemble until...
No, you see it pretty early on because there's like a camera view where it's directly on his feet and only his feet.
No, that's not at the beginning. That's at the end when he's climbing up to the... He's climbing up to the roof.
You missed it. It's not at the end. I 100% promise you. It is not at the end. It's like mid or 30, 45 minutes in. It's like because I don't know. I can't remember what he's doing. It's when he first shows up at his house. When he's on the ground, the camera view is looking from Radcliffe at him and is looking directly at his fucking
probably
feet.
Taking notes.
Yeah, you might have been looking down.
So yeah, the thing is,
so
they're
bothersome.
probably trying to make it seem like he's unhinged because that's a terrible choice.
He is unhinged.
He is.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So this is a PSA for all of you who wear socks and sandals. Stop.
I only wear socks and sandals when I'm like playing basketball because it's just easier to transition to my basketball shoes. Other than that, I do not wear.
No, sandals like slides or slips.
Yeah,
Slides are different. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, he was wearing the Velcro.
The Velcro-y mountain climber sandals.
Mountain climber?
I don't know. They're ugly.
They are very ugly.
And he wears sandals like a dad. A dad going to Hawaii on vacation.
Yeah. Except one that kills people.
So Daddy Richter is wearing socks and sandals.
Jeez,
Don't do it.
He might come looking for you, so you might want to calm down.
Hey, Daddy.
Anyway, continue. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that out there. Fucking Daddy Richter with the...
Daddy. We're just now have to call him Daddy Richter. Daddy Richter.
Daddy Richter.
Ooh, Daddy.
Ooh, Daddy.
Bothers me a lot.
Bothers me a lot.
Well, he looks like he needs lotion.
He does. His face is all just crackly.
Just dump him in like a vat of Jergens Ultra Healing lotion.
Probably wouldn't help. The lotion would probably jump out of the vat.
Usually, like, what?
It would be like, ah!
I have to take my birth control, folks. Welcome to my world. So Daddy Richter is saying that what most people want to see is death and violence, which...
I mean, he's not wrong, which is sad, but he's not wrong. I'm pretty sure they did something like this now. It would... Yeah,
everybody would watch it. Like, even people watch it now. Like, shit like people beating each other up. Fuck like that. Ugh, shit like that. Anyway.
Well, just take MMA and boxing, for example.
I want to do it.
There you go.
But the thing is, I'd be so good at it.
Okay. Do it.
So first thing I have to say is Daniel Radcliffe at the beginning of this movie, I didn't like his American accent. Hated it. It sounded so cheesy, like whiny, I guess.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
It just bothered me because he's British. Mm-hmm. So he's naturally British, so he has an English accent. So I understand he tried, and even, Tom Holland? Tom Holland has a great American accent because he is British as fuck.
He has a really good accent.
But I was just like, ooh. But then as soon as the movie got into it, I think he just kind of got better at it. Or
he was supposed to be a bitch-ass person, babe. He was a pansy ass in the beginning. He was like, he couldn't talk back to anybody. He was super apologetic. He was just a pansy ass in the movie. And then he had to grow some balls, which he did at the end. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, he's supposed to sound like that, I'm sure. I don't think that's just him being, I think that's what his character was.
Because sometimes, like, foreign actors?
Sure.
Does that work? That's good? It's not insulting? Sure. People who are not from America doing an American accent sometimes don't have great American accents.
Well, yeah. But he's been in Harry Potter's where, I don't know, was he supposed to have an American accent in that? Or was he British in that?
He's supposed to be British in that.
Oh, fuck him. I don't know. I've only seen like 2 of them or 3 of them.
You saw like all of them up until the Order of the Phoenix.
I haven't seen all of them.
Yeah, all of them up to Order of the Phoenix.
Like,
so we have
I
2
know
more.
what order that is.
It's like number 5.
Oh, well, I didn't know he was supposed to be his normal self in that. But yeah, anyway, he was supposed to be a pansy ass, and he played it well because he was a pansy ass.
So it definitely worked out for this movie, and it shows. So we see him go to work. So do you know what he does? And this is actually a real job. It said on the thing that he was a gaming programmer or whatever, but that's not true.
I don't know.
He literally looks online for bullies. So he goes on Facebook and shit, and he's the people like on Facebook that blocks you, and puts you in Facebook jail. So he does that, and he catches like predators and shit. So he'll do shit like that. So I know more so for police or FBI or CIA or whoever has time for that, they literally act like 12 or 13-year-old girls usually, and then they go bust these assholes for doing that, which is great. I just find it awesome that somebody has a job like that, and I would love it.
That is a pretty cool job,
I
would say.
So he hates his boss. His boss's name is Zane.
I don't remember.
Zaid. It starts with a Z because he got a card saying, "Oh, goodbye." I hate bosses like him.
Yeah.
He's a dick. Like, he's like acting like, "Oh, just loosen up." No, that's still bullying, asshole.
And he's like poking him in the face, which he can get fired for that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to touch your employees or yeah. And I was like, whenever I would have to touch somebody or fix, like, somebody who asked me for help to, like, put an apron on or something, I'm like, I'm going to touch you now. Is that okay? They were like, yes. When I worked at Panda.
You got to get that written down because they can still, like, I didn't give her consent, and still, like, fire you or something.
Oh, well, it's over.
Yeah.
But I hate people like that. That just, ooh.
Yeah, well, we'll get to it later on.
Anyway, so then... This is where Daniel Radcliffe needs a little piece of himself back to be a hero, to be the big man on campus.
Sure, yeah.
Sure, that works. So he goes online and he pretty much trolls Schism.
Yeah, basically.
So he's a troll on Schism, which is totally fine because the whole thing about Schism is murder and death and destruction. So he was trying to be the savior, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying to be the nicer guy.
Yeah. So, Miles, you're doing your best, but you done fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked up.
So...
Because Schism paid him a visit.
So they found his IP address. So it's terrifying. People can actually find your IP address really quickly. So if you're messaging somebody and they are kind of iffy, block them, get rid of them, because they can fucking figure it out if they're good with computers.
I mean, can they find it through a video game?
Yeah. They can try to triangulate if they're good at it. If they're just playing a video game and they're like, I'm going to hack you. I'm hacking you now. I saw somebody post like there was a meme about how this guy was like, I'm hacking you. Be prepared for me to hack. And I'm like, that somebody thought that saying hack over and over again would scare somebody enough to give them money or whatever. I don't remember what it was. But
I would just block them. Be like, right. Deuces. Like
the same goddamn guy we were trying to sell an oven. Like, remember when we switched out our oven, that guy, he was like, oh, I'm going to sell you money. I sent it. Here you go. And he was like, oh, you have to send me $150 back because you had to do a business thing. And I'm like, no. And he's like,
seriously?
He sent $400 or something. I don't remember. He said he had to pay for it. And I was asking like $350 or something for it. And I was like, no. He said, you have to give it back. You have to give me $150. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. He called me over and over again on Facebook Messenger. And I was like, dude, he's like, you need to calm down. And I was like, bitch.
Jesus.
I blocked his ass. I was so pissed. And I'm like, people do that? Yeah. Like, that's shitty. Fuck. God damn it. Anyway. So they break in, Schism breaks in, and they kidnap Miles, which is great. So, but he says something in there, and I thought it was funny. He says, don't smash my hands. I really like using them.
Yeah.
In this movie, there's so many one-liners. I didn't write them all down. I just thought they were hilarious. So that was one of the one-liners I wrote down. But this is when he gets his guns attached to him.
Bolted.
Bolted.
Bolted to his hand.
How much that must hurt, because it's every single finger. It's through his palm, and it's attached to his arm.
They nailed his fingers to the gun, and they bolted right here. So it's in between that bone right there. And so, yeah, every time he would shoot, it would hurt. Like a bitch, probably, because it was still fresh.
So this leads to my first question. If you could have weapons attached, if you had to have weapons attached to your hands, what would you do?
I would have 2 50 cals attached to my hands.
That would hurt.
That would hurt a lot, probably. I mean, I wouldn't say I would attach 2 AK-47s because, I mean, fuck, you wouldn't be able to pick up anything. It was a struggle for him to pick up anything with the 2 pistols attached.
But he got really good at taking his phone out of his fucking pocket.
He ended up getting some skills towards the end there. He was like, oh. Before, he was like dropping it and fumbling it and probably almost shot himself a few times.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
He did only actually shoot once, and that was like in the very beginning.
When he just got him, and then he had to go pee, and he's shaking. He's like, and that's when you see his dick.
He's like, just please don't shoot your own dick off.
I would probably do swords, like ninja swords.
Yeah, that's like taking a spork to a gunfight.
Yeah, but I'm thinking what happened to Guns Akimbo, dude. Miles, he ran out of bullets at the end, yes, but it was just...
I'm sure if we did it to ourselves, it wouldn't make it to where we only have a limited amount of bullets.
My question is, why didn't they try to find clips to fill that up? Because they were surrounded by...
It's not clips. He had like a... It was like a cartridge. Oh. That's what that big thing back there was.
I thought it was just like something to keep it like...
And like probably a battery pack because it had like the counter on it and shit.
That's what I was in a question. I was like, okay, usually guns have like maybe 12 or 24 shots.
Yeah, he had 50 in each one. So it was like a extended mag type thing.
And he was
some makeshift shit. I mean, it's pretty dope, but
he did a really good job though. Like he learned how to use his hands. He learned how to drive.
Well, he learned how to shoot.
He learned how to shoot.
Because he was very terrible at it. And he still was terrible at it. Oh, we'll get to that.
He tried. He tried. And so this is when we kind of meet Nyx. So we meet Nyx initially in the beginning, but we don't really get into her very much. But Nyx is somebody who I aspire to be.
She is a Billy badass, but she does a lot of drugs.
She does a lot of drugs, but she does a lot of fucking damage.
Yeah,
and I like her little implant thing for fangs. I want fangs.
Oh, is that what that was? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know what the fuck that was.
I want that. So Miles has to fight against Nix in this battle to the death. He has 24 hours to kill Nix,
or be killed.
He can't run away because he'll be killed. He can't. There's like a list. Don't puss out or you'll die. Like there's a list of shit that would happen to him, and so he's like, fuck. And so he doesn't know what to do. So he tries to put on clothes and he just gives up and he's like, fuck it. He has to go
just in underwear and slippers.
So his like little bear slippers or tiger slippers, which is awesome. And he has to go meet his ex-girlfriend Nova, and he's trying to get back with her, and it doesn't really happen. But it was just funny because he's like going outside and he's like, fuck, what do? I have guns attached to my hands. How would I circumvent this situation? And so he goes, first stupid act, he goes up to fucking police.
And he takes his hands out like
with
an
Guns
idiot.
Akimbo. Now we're going to be using it frequently.
Yeah, he should have kept them in his thingamabob.
In his little pockets.
Apron.
Robe?
Thank you.
The robe. So he had him in his robe, and he pulls him out, and he's like, oh, I need help. And the cops are like, fuck. And so this is when he runs, and then he gets tased by the cop, which was a stupid idea.
Accidentally shoots the cop.
And he goes up to the cop, and he's like, are you okay? Oh, you're not okay. He's like trying to fix
He's like,
him.
oh shit, sorry. He's like, they're attached to me. That's what I was trying to tell you. And he's like, yeah, putting the cop's hand on his shoulder. And he's like, put some pressure on it.
And the guy's like,
he's like, I gotta go.
And the cop's like, oh shit, I thought I was gonna die. And like,
he's like, no, I'm trying to get help from you fuckers, but y'all don't want to listen. So
right. And so this is when
no one listened.
He hops into the clothes bin.
Sits in there for however long.
And everybody's like, fucker. Like, everybody hates him initially right now because he's just like a pussy. Nobody likes this dude because he's just a little bitch.
He's a bitch ass.
And so he's like hiding out, and they're like, oh, he can't hide out. Take the camera off of him. But it turns out he was just getting clothes, and he was trying to change into him. And then then he got depressed and tried to shoot himself.
And this is when you meet
the homeless dude.
Can't remember what they said his name was, but meet the homeless guy who's like, hey, you don't want to do that. And he's like, why? He's like, well, because you won't be able to kill yourself that way. You just blow your face off. He's like, you got to tilt the gun to where it hits the back of your brainstem. He's like, you know a lot about this.
But in the explanation, he was like, yeah, and then you'll be even more depressed because your face is
face is all fucked up.
And so that's when Miles asks for this gentleman's help to get dressed, and he was like, okay, whatever. And so he gets dressed and he helps him, and at least now he's in normal clothes.
Yeah,
like
he's in jeans and a shirt and shoes and
something better than fucking a robe, boxers, and slippers, which I'm sure probably hurt his feet running in.
Oh, we missed like a whole part.
What do you mean?
It's like, well, when he met Nick, she started shooting him in his room. He runs, meets a cop, but then
he goes to the park,
he goes to the park, and then when he's supposed to meet Nova, and jumps into her vehicle, and she's freaking out, won't even drive off because she's like, you need to calm down. And Nick's is standing there with a fucking rocket launcher about to fire at them. So then he's like, okay, I'm calm. And so she drives off, and he's like trying to talk to her. And she starts freaking out because he's like, well, I'm going to show you something, but you can't freak out.
And she lied.
And she's already freaking out, but she's like, yeah, I'll try to stay calm. So he shows her these guns, and she sprays him in the face with mace.
And so she runs away.
And that's when he ends up going down the alley and jumps into the fucking clothes thing. And gets helped by the homeless guy. But so, yeah, now we're a little caught up. That was kind of like a little major part because
that's when his girlfriend goes to the police.
She goes to the police.
She was shitty. She was
that's why I said what I said at the end of the movie, which I'll say it again once we get there.
She's a shitty girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, but
sure. I'm pretty sure if she was doing this here now, she's probably doing some terrible shit 100%. Before.
That's probably why they broke up.
So this is what there's like epic fight scenes, not epic, but there's fight scenes, and he's doing his best to survive. Really.
Yeah, he's just really trying to survive because he's still not shooting anyone at this point.
He hasn't shot anybody, and he goes and he wants to lure Nix into the junkyard, and so he takes his phone that had tracking. Oh, wait. No, we have to go back.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. There's so many things going on in this movie. So he decides to sneak into his place of work and go get help from his friend.
This is like a really good part, too.
And this guy was like, wow, you're this jackass. And he was like, okay. And he just keeps on walking. And the guy keeps on walking down. And it's like, if he's watching it, he is fully aware that he has guns attached to his hands. And so the guy was just chill about it. And he's like, okay, cool.
People are just, because he's such a pansy ass. That's why.
And so he gets in there and his friend, which is hilarious. First, we have a dude that's just like rocking out to some right round music.
I'm surprised he didn't get shot.
I'm surprised he didn't. He was just enjoying his life. And then he gets up and he sees blood everywhere. It's going to be fun. And so he gets help from his friend. And his friend's like, oh, do you have malware? And he's like, get in the pocket.
Yeah, just grab it out of the pocket.
I glued my hands into my sweater on accident. And he's like, why would you do that? How would you do that? Wouldn't that be hard? And yeah.
He's like, just grab the damn phone.
And so, ew, it's still warm from your thigh. And so he does. He grabs it and he puts it in there. And like he's like, oh, this could take hours. And so
it's like 10 seconds.
Malware. And he's like, yeah, you got it. And so he's like, what I can do is have it like an option where you can turn it off, turn it on. And so he goes for it. And then this is when Nix comes in and the stupid
boss.
You talk about it. I'm over him.
So the friendly boss comes back and the Mr. Dick Cheney over here is talking to Radcliffe again. He's like, yeah, so you showed up late, and he starts like being the asshole that he is. And Radcliffe's like, I'm just going to fucking leave. So he starts walking off. The boss comes up behind him and grabs him. And it was like talking shit to him. I can't remember fully what he says, but he's just basically talking shit to him. And Radcliffe has just had it up to here. So he takes his guns out of his freaking pockets, finally points it at him. And he's like, just shut the fuck up. You're such a douche. You do this to me. You talk shit to me.
You hit on my girlfriend
right in front of me. And he's like, fuck that chipmunk. And he's like, and his buddy's like, hey man, it's a squirrel. And he turns around at him and points a gun at him. He's like, all right, sorry.
No, he didn't point it. He just turned around and he's like,
oh, he was pointing at the chipmunk. Yeah, that's right. So then the boss is sitting there like, please don't shoot me. And he's like, all right, you know what? I'm sorry. Like, I'm just going to leave. And then that's when the heavens come down and shed the light on the thing. Nick shows up and blows the boss's head off. It was great.
Yay.
And it goes all over Radcliffe.
Miles. But that was like the best part. And then he like tucks and rolls and
shooting scene,
yes. But the funny part is that Daniel gets next to his friend and his friend's down here and he's like, oh, cover me. And he's like, what am I supposed to cover you with? And he's like, I don't know, figure it out. And so he grabs his Nerf gun and shoots it at her.
Shoots Nix right in the head.
And he was like, bad decisions were made. Mistakes were made. And so then it goes to the people watching Schism. And they're like, dude, I like Nerf guy. Like, it's my favorite. Like, I don't know.
He made a scene. That's why he got snatched up later.
He made a scene.
So then she starts shooting at him, obviously. She starts chasing Miles again. And where does he go now? He goes, this is when he sets up to get her caught at the junkyard.
Mm-hmm. She gets caught in the, she doesn't get caught because she never gets caught.
He's trying to track her
drag her to the junkyard to lure her, and then he calls the police and he's like, come here, and then they all come there. But the thing is, he walks into like a drug deal or something.
Yeah, it's like a drug deal happening with guns.
Like, it's okay. I'm nobody. I'm just gonna walk away. And they're just like, no, get down. And so then Nix comes up and she's standing with this huge ass gun.
A fucking Gatling gun.
Gatling, that's what it's called. I couldn't think of it. And she's like, nobody's gonna kill Miles except for me. And he's like, yay.
And he's like, well, except for me, of course. Oh. He thought he was off the hook.
He got happy for 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
And it didn't work out. So this is when, I think this is the part where he gets arrested.
Yeah, he gets taken in by the
two guys.
The good cop, I guess.
Ish.
And later you find out, like in 2 minutes, that the other cop is a bad cop.
And then the cop that's talking to him about his wife is actually Nix's dad, and he's just trying to capture her and get her
help.
Which is great, and he's trying to be a good dad, but fuck that. He gets shot in the head. And so, as it turns out,
Richter has the cops in his pocket.
Exactly. And the dad had Kevlar on, which is awesome. And so he's like, you have Kevlar on, doesn't help for headshots.
Yeah.
Which is another funny one line.
Yeah, because he got domed.
Instantly. Sad. Like, if you're going to go shooting and, like, shoot at the head.
Yeah.
That's
Same thing with, well, we'll get to that too. Richter again.
Richter.
Anyway.
Jesus, Richter. Daddy Richter. Say it right.
Daddy Richter.
Daddy Richter. So this is when he has 30 minutes or Nova dies. So now he has to try to find Nova in 30 minutes. And he doesn't.
Well, he needs to kill Nix in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's what I meant. He needs to kill Nix in 30 minutes or Nova dies. I forgot that. But
he sets up a plan with Nix to basically get Richter, for them to work together, because he finds out that Richter is the one who kills her family.
Right.
So, and it's a little bit later on, but then they go back and then they show how it all set up, and he shows Nix that basically Richter killed her dad right in front of him. So now she is completely familyless. And they set up this plan to go to Richter's place so that when they get back to the junkyard, he calls her back, makes a whole big scene. She shoots him. Even though he goes on and on about, you're only supposed to shoot me one time. She shoots him like 9 times because she's drugged up. So she was like falling asleep while he was talking to her.
Pretending. She was bored. She was like, okay, let's move.
Oh, I thought she was literally falling asleep. I was like, she needs more drugs.
Remember in Prey when she was like, that was what she was doing. She's like, come on. Like,
oh, well, she still wasn't paying attention. So she shoots him like 9 times in the chest. Like 9 times in the chest. And luckily he was wearing the Kevlar because obviously it was part of the plan. So he gets taken back to their hideout now.
Which is great.
That's where he needed to be to try to find Nova. Yeah, Nova. I almost got him mixed up. I'm thinking
it's hard, yeah.
So to find Nova, she gets there, and that's when you find out that they actually set up a plan to work together. We just kind of said it early because you find out anyway. So now they're just doing a shootout again.
This is another shootout thing. If you want the details, watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, they're fucking people up.
And so the thing in the video games that she did mention is like the more enemies you come across means you're in the right track.
Yeah, so you're going the right direction.
That's great. And so they're shooting, and now Miles is down to 1 bullet, and there's so many that it's not even possible to like defeat them really. Mm-hmm. And so she puts some C4 to her chest and walks out,
and she says, make sure you kill Richter for me. And she goes out guns ablazing,
bombs ablazing,
and then suicide bombs, which we didn't touch on. And she's actually has PTSD from being from fire. So she actually is like really scared of fire. There was one scene where she's chasing Radcliffe, and he accidentally shoots some
you say Radcliffe thing. And I'm thinking of
Miles. Sorry, Miles shoots canisters or whatever, and it blows up, and she like completely just freezes and stops chasing Miles at this point. He sees it, and he's like, okay, got it, duly noted, and dips out. Mm-hmm. So she actually goes out with like fire ablazing. So she got over her fear,
and she was happy
because she obviously doesn't have anybody
be with
anymore.
Her family.
And now she's gonna be with her family.
We're just in hell, but hey,
probably in hell because she kills a lot of people. So a lot of people.
But she had like a mental problem. She was in a psych ward, prison.
Well, yeah, and then she got put on freaking schism. So,
for a second, I was sitting there while you were talking about that. I was like, what was the bad guy's name again? Daddy something.
Seriously?
No, because you kept on saying Radcliffe, and I kept on thinking that, and I'm like,
Radcliffe is Miles.
Say Miles.
Nova is the ex-girlfriend. Nix is the psycho drug killer who's super awesome.
Richter. Daddy Richter.
And then Daddy Richter is the evil tattoo guy that needs a bunch of lotion.
Lotion. Put the lotion on your skin.
Or he needs some brotein shakes all over his face.
So this is when I made a comment, and I was like, If I saw, well, actually, this was before when he was walking down the street and he ran into somebody. I'm still talking. Shut up.
No, I was just gonna say it after.
If I saw someone walking down the street with blood all over them, you can run into me as much as you want. Just don't kill me.
Yeah, don't shoot me, because he does have guns bolted to his hands. Sure. But you've missed the other one-liner because you technically kind of skipped it. But it was when she got her fingers chopped off.
Oh yeah. So she's fighting against Dane, which is one of the minions for Richter, Daddy Richter, and she gets her middle finger and her ring finger chopped off of her right hand, and she says, "Oh man, Friday nights are gonna be so lonely."
I didn't get it at
he
first.
Didn't get it.
I did
and I
not
was
get
sitting
it at
there
all.
laughing, and he's like, "I don't get it." And I was like, "That's masturbating fingers, bro." Like,
not anymore.
She has her left hand.
Oh well, she blows herself up anyway, so
it doesn't matter.
She has 0 hands. There was something. Before they, because Richter's at the place. Before they she blows herself up and takes out like all his minions.
Oh, he doesn't.
I don't understand why people like let him do this. So he's in the room. He's like calls a helicopter, and they're like, "Oh, they only need 2 seats." And he's looking around. He still has like 30 people standing around him. And he's like, oh, yeah, everybody else is dead. And he takes Nova upstairs. And I'm like, these people are just standing there with guns. And they're like looking around like, what? Only 2 people? Why didn't they shoot him? Obviously, he's leaving them there for dead. And they just take it and stay there.
For the cause, man. That's what a cult does. He's a cult. Schism's a cult.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
But... I want to go back a little bit before Nyx dies and she's fighting with Dane. And this is when she gets her fingers chopped off. And then he was about to blow them up, but his little lighter wasn't working. Another stupid thing that Miles did was shot towards propane tanks.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
That's the second time he did that.
Like, stupid dude. Stop.
With around Nyx. He did it when they were fighting earlier. He did it then. Yeah, he's not the smartest. He just wanted to shoot people, I guess. He got the fix, He got that little fix, that video game.
And then, here's another one-liner. Someone doesn't skip leg day.
Oh yeah, another one. There was a lot of them when she was getting beat by Dane.
That was a good one.
She's like, someone didn't skip leg day. That was a good one too. So yeah, then
we're at the roof now.
Now they're at the roof. Sorry for going back a couple of times. Just most of you really got it. This is a really good movie. So there's a lot of good one-liners, a lot of action. And a lot of Radcliffe's or Miles' ding-a-ling showing.
Not a lot. It was like
it was just one time.
1 second clip. You're just like stuck on it. Are you really that scarred?
It was so like quick, and it was just like bam.
It was so big, and then everybody's gonna stop this and
go watch it. It was just so huge. Actually, after that, I kept looking at his underwear to see if he had a bulge, and he didn't. So I was like, oh, that was fake as fuck.
Wow.
I did. I wanted to see if it was true, and it didn't seem. Unless they taped that shit to his ass, there was no bulge action going on. Anyway, so they're on the roof, and Miles decides that he's going to try to end Richter. And he has 1 bullet. And it was a slow motion, you get the little firing going, you see the bullet, the camera's looking at it, and you're like, oh, he's going to fucking shoot his head off. And it goes like 10 feet wide left.
Good shot, bro.
Hits the stone. And yeah, he's like,
now he's out of fucking
and
bullets.
He has no bullets.
And this dude pulls out this huge ass like not 6 round.
I think it's a 44 Magnum. It's not. Yeah, it's a 44 Magnum. So it's like that huge long revolver that when he got shot in the shoulder would have blown his fucking arm off because the bullets are like that fucking big.
Right. Well, he got shot and it put him on his ass. Mm-hmm. He like flipped.
Yeah, he flipped when he got shot in the shoulder. And then he got
a shot again in the stomach, and he keeps on going. He's like walking.
He's trying. He's determined now.
He's determined to save his ex-girlfriend who.
We'll touch on it. We'll get there.
Guns Akimbo, you bitch. So he keeps on walking, and then eventually gets there, and he starts beating the shit out of him with his gunny hands.
And then finally Nova starts fighting back, and she like punches him and kicks him, and then she gets flipped over. and she's out of the picture now. And then he beats him a little bit, picks him up, throws him over the freaking,
and he's
like
dangling there.
And he takes off Nix's finger and is like, hey, this is for Nix.
She said, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Puts it in his mouth and then like hits his hands off.
That hurts my fingers.
Yeah, that hurts my fucking fingers. And then when he hits the other one, like you see blood like splatter
and
out.
then he falls and then he
yeah, and it's just like splat and blood everywhere. A lot of blood in this movie.
It's like Hardcore Henry.
And then now it's another we didn't touch on it. Yeah, another fantasy of his where he's like making out with Nova again and like thinks that, he got the girl, but yet he's just sitting there bleeding out. And she's like saying nope, and backing up because she's like scared of him now, even though
he was like, seeing your ex pistol whip somebody to death is not really
it's not, it's not a lady boner.
Doesn't give him a lady boner.
Another
this
good one-liner.
Was so good.
It had a lot of good the what is it? The lines in this movie were very well written.
Awesome. That's not the end. So then we see Miles in this really nice car.
He a Challenger.
That's what I thought. I just didn't want to say it and sound like an idiot. But he has his guns off his hands, but he's very scarred.
Very scarred.
Well, yeah, because he got.
I mean, he had nails through all of his fingers.
And he just hunts all these people who were doing schism, and
that's pretty fucking.
That's
cool.
his job, and that's awesome.
So he went from being this
pussy ass little bitch.
Perfectly said, my love. I was gonna say something not as good, so that was top notch. What she said.
Were you being sarcastic?
No, I just said thank you. That was like Rick, because I was going to say bitch ass again, so that was like perfect. He goes from this what she said to this like Billy Badass, driving this nice car. He's got like Guns Akimbo still, but they're not bolted to his hands. He can
remove them to drive.
He can remove them. And you notice that they show him putting his hands on the steering wheel, like they're close up to him. I didn't put that together.
And then he has a skull ring on.
Yeah, so he has a skull ring on. But he just goes from that to like hunting schism people. Like that's pretty fucking cool.
It is. So top highlights of this movie that I really liked. First and foremost, the music was awesome.
Yeah,
like
the what is it? Soundtrack is going to be good.
Soundtrack is really awesome. They had what is it? They did the Wild One. They did Right Round. They did Super Freak. Like it was just a lot of good mashups of music for like the violence. Let's just say that. Dialogue, awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing that I did not like about this movie that made me physically ill.
Oh, all the turning of the camera.
They turn the camera so much. And I understand it gives it effect, but I get motion sickness.
Surprised you didn't pass out.
Watching it was like, I'm like, it's like a fucking roller coaster, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say about Nova. I did not like Nova.
She's a bitch.
He got shot 4 times. Actually, more than that, but like at the end, 4 times by his 44 Magnum. Which obviously it would have like killed him in real life.
Yeah, he
would have been missing his whole side over here. But anyway,
guts would be flying out.
Got shot by his 44 Magnum to save her and to also probably fulfill Nix's like promise, I guess, kind of the Nix, even though they didn't really promise, but kind of like a promise to her too. But he saves her and she just like doesn't want anything to do with him. But I mean, it does show like because she was trying to like I guess write.
She wanted to make a superhero
Yeah,
comic.
she wanted to make a superhero comic. So her superhero comic ended up being Miles, a.k.a. Guns Akimbo. So, which that's cool. But, like, she kind of didn't want anything to do with him, which he saved her life. So that's kind of shitty. But
at least sleep with him one more time.
Yeah, at least one more time. I mean, good Lord. Like, he went through a lot.
And he could have just been like, bitch.
Yeah, he could have been like, oh, you can fucking shoot her. I'm good. Yeah. Take him out and be like,
I'm sticking up my middle fingers. You can't see me, but I'm just like
probably shoot her too, maybe in a kneecap or something. Sorry. Oh, he didn't have any more bullets.
Just pistol whoop her.
Yeah, just pistol whoop. Oops.
Sorry.
But I did not like her. Nix was awesome. Miles ended up being awesome at the end.
Yeah, he was like a coming of age story.
Yeah. Like he.
But again, like Fight Club. In Fight Club, the dude was like a pussy ass little bitch who got yelled at by his boss frequently, and then he became like a badass.
Wasn't that?
Don't say it because that's going to be a movie I'm going to choose.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Fight
never
Club
mind.
is really good. But...
Fight Club is a good movie. So score. What is your score for this one?
10.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fuck the critics that they have on there.
Yeah, they got really bad scores, but
it only got what was it like at a 5 point something out of 10?
Yeah, 5 point like 2.
That's terrible. It was a good movie. Oh, I forgot. It came out during COVID time. So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a 9.5. Only because of the movement of the camera.
What a hater. Just give it a 10. You're just a hater.
9.99.
There you go.
Just that 0.01.
That 0.01 is you got to do it for the camera rolling.
Do better.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. If y'all have interest in like action and
but it's not even just action, it's comedy. So it's laughing. This is not a child's movie.
I was still going, but yeah, it's comedy and action. Rude face.
You're fucking rude.
I wasn't even done yet. You're like, it's not just action.
Because I sound like that. Great. Okay, so we're going to move on to our topic. Do you remember your topic?
It's like...
he never remembers anything, and I write everything
Go
down.
back in time?
Like, where would you travel in
time travel. There we go.
Wait, I'm sorry. I wasn't even finished, but okay.
I said time travel. You asked me a question. I was trying to answer.
You couldn't think of it, and I was helping you.
Time travel.
Time travel.
If you can go back in time, where would you go?
But you could go back or forward.
Oh, or forward? Mm-hmm. Yeesh. I don't know if I want to go forward.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, ew.
That might be scary.
Lala's president. Fuck.
Lala's president. Yeah, okay. No, I wish.
That fat fuck.
Shit. I mean, I haven't even had time to
Do you even think? Okay, I can do it. Okay, so I have an obsession with like the Regency period in England. I want to go there. Bridgerton.
Yeah, Bridgerton. I was trying to think of the show you like watching.
I love that. I love books from that. I just find it more romantic and effort and trying. Yeah, it was like riddled with grossness, but you know what? I think it's awesome.
See, me, I'm not fully sure because...
If you go back in time, you just...
I know. Like, back then, there was a lot of, like, racism and open, like, taking out people and stuff like that. And it's just like, I would probably say... I don't know if that could work either. Like, in Hot Tub Time Machine...
Oh, my God.
Where the guy goes back in time and he ends up being, like, the Google inventor because he, like, learns all this shit.
So you just want to change the past.
I want to change it.
Wow.
Like make bets and be like, oh, nope, this football team loses and like win a bunch of money type shit. But it's like
win the lottery. I don't just claim the lottery.
Oh, there you go. Like wait until it's like find out what the numbers are for like $1 billion. But see, like then it won't be the same because like everything's going to be changed. So you can't really do it then. You have to go back in that specific moment and be like, oh, these are the numbers. And then like win what like the $1.5 billion it was. So maybe I'll just go back like 2 months.
You are so boring.
When it was 1.5 billion for well, no, that was a mega. No, well, either or, it doesn't really matter. When it was over $1 billion for one of the lottos and just win that.
That's all. That's. I'm like lost for words, folks. I am very lost for words.
I mean, because, okay, now, for those who listen and seen our pictures, I guess, I am the darker shade.
He's black.
So, I can't really say, because, I mean, yeah, I would like to go back during that time, too. Like, if it could be like Bridgerton, where that guy is like a black guy and he's a duke. Okay, yeah, I would fucking go there 100%. But I'm pretty sure that's not the way it was back then. I'm pretty sure
England wasn't as bad as America. So if you go anywhere, I would probably go to like Europe or something.
Because like I would like to see what it was back then. You know, like see how times were, how dressing was, how food was, how all that shit. See how like beer was invented. I've always been interested in that. It's just I wouldn't do it because.
Just put some makeup on. White face it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it would rub off eventually. Or I'll be playing basketball or something and someone will wipe my face.
In the Regency period, you're going to be playing basketball.
Maybe.
Playing hoops with the king.
Playing hoops with the boys.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Let's see.
See, and then the other one I would want to do is go back to Salem witch trials.
Oh, so you can be burned at the stake?
That'd be fun. That'd be toasty.
Would it? That would be fun.
I just want to witness stuff. I don't have to be a part of it.
You would be, though. Especially if you go around telling people that you've been in this house, even though you've never been in that house. They're going to think you're a fucking witch.
Dude, listen, that bitch is a witch. And
so you would start all the Salem witch trials. That's why you want to go back.
I don't know. I just like that time period.
So you want to have your own cult is what you're saying.
Obviously. I've said this multiple times.
That makes sense.
Does anybody want to join my cult?
That makes sense.
Cool.
I mean, you already have me and 3 dogs.
Yeah, but you don't listen to me.
I don't.
So that's not even a cult.
Oh.
You have to listen to me.
So you want to join my cult?
No.
No. Why you say it like that?
That's the most disorganized group of people.
It would be great.
Sure.
It would be. You just trust. Trust. Not trust me. Trust.
just in general. Not me. No.
Not
Never
this
me.
guy.
No.
But trust.
Is that what your cult is called?
Trust. Yes, 100%.
In Thai we trust.
In Ler we trust.
Blur.
Do
you have any other?
I mean, I don't really know
I don't
any
even
other times. Okay, you know what? I would. I mean, there wouldn't be any way I can get close enough to even figure it out, but probably go back in time to where Hitler times, and see if he actually did get taken out, or if he jumped over that hoop.
He was supposed to take arsenic with his girlfriend Anna, I believe her name is, and she took the arsenic pill, but they don't think he did, and so he just dipped and he was like deuces. So I want to see if maybe that's true. I was thinking about that too. I was just thinking about the topic in general, and I want to go to the time and do the unsolved mysteries, go to the Zodiac Killer, see who the dude is, then who killed JonBenet Ramsey, brother, probably
JFK.
I just do all that shit. If I could do
you can do
button or something,
and
just
Deadpool, where you can just keep doing it over and over and over again.
Cool.
That would be dope.
Got you.
Just
hey Zodiac, what's up?
Go back in time and just witness all of this shit, but then it might fuck you up too.
I just want to know because it's especially with the whole JonBenet Ramsey thing. She was a little girl. Do you know who JonBenet Ramsey is?
I do.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You were looking at me and I was like, what?
I'm just listening.
So, because there's so many controversies. Oh my God. Are you having a seizure?
Maybe.
Great. He was blinking his eyes very fast at me.
Very fast.
Just brings back memories.
I know, right?
So JonBenet Ramsey and shit, no, we don't have an answer for that. That little girl died, and obviously it was a cover up, but for who?
See, I've also one of those website things that it's what if or something. It was saying that JonBenet Ramsey is Katy Perry.
Yeah, that could be. She had to die to be reborn into a pop star. Like Lady Gaga.
So I told a buddy at work about that because he likes looking in conspiracy theories like that. And I was like, well, here's one for you, bud. JonBenet Ramsey is supposed to be Katy Perry. So
because it's a good time frame. It's a similar time
they
frame.
said that they did a facial recognition thing from when she's that age to how old Katy Perry is now. It's almost spot on. So
anyway. We should do that as a topic. Just JonBenet Ramsey talk.
Or just conspiracy theories that are similar to that.
Right.
People that fake their own death supposedly.
Theories.
And then
Let's
theories.
do criminal theories.
Criminal theories, yeah.
Yeah, so stuff like that. I would definitely do that. Ooh, Jack the Ripper. Fucking figure that guy out. I think it's a girl. I think it was a midwife.
Possibly.
Anyway.
Is that Oh, yeah, that's the one that was killing all the prostitutes or something like that?
In England. And ironically, everybody thinks there's more deaths, but there's only like 5.
Oh, really?
Interesting, right?
I know that one serial killer or someone that was saying that they know who... No, that was Zodiac Killer. They know who that was, but
Zodiac,
they're dead now, so there's like no point.
I think it was Anne Rule, I believe it is, who said she knew who it was, but she didn't on her deathbed, but she was just like, it doesn't matter now. And I'm like, yes, it fucking does.
No one will ever know.
Bitch.
She had the answer.
Bitch.
Yeah. Respectfully. But I think, if let's twist this question around a little bit. Let's say we had it's what we've been talking about. If we had a Deadpool time machine like warping controller and we can do it over and over again, we would just go back in time to see like all this stuff is true or not.
Right.
That's like everybody's been saying now.
Roswell.
And I would also go back. Oh, you know what? I would 100% go back in dinosaur times.
Why? Because you're just going to get eaten by a velociraptor.
Fuck no. I'm going to be like, I want to be like, Chris Pratt and be, a velociraptor like tamer and have like a 10 or 15 like killer velociraptors.
You don't like bugs.
But I would like velociraptors.
That's it.
They're fucking awesome.
You
like
don't know
blue.
that. Did you know that we don't technically know what color dinosaurs are because we only have their bones.
Yeah, it's true.
Literally a T-Rex
They could have been
purple.
pink. I like how you said purple and I said pink. 2 of my favorite colors.
Well, like Barty.
Why do you think he's a purple dinosaur? Maybe
he's purple.
Nickelodeon knew something we don't.
It wasn't Nickelodeon. PBS.
Nickelodeon knew something we don't.
Sure. You're not telling us something. The conspiracy theory of Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, a purple dinosaur. Because everybody else, like in movies, are always brown.
Brown or green.
Or like,
because you would think that they would have to blend in with their surroundings. So that's why
trees and shit are brown.
Good observation.
Leaves are, I was going to say brown. I mean, they are during the fall, so I'm not wrong.
They could be.
I thought I fucked up there, but I didn't. I mean, I kind of did, but.
Do you want to continue with colors? I don't know.
Purple dinosaurs. Or pink.
Great.
Or red. That means you're just bloody, but. They're probably dying. No. Like that sad one in freaking Jurassic Park.
My God, that's the worst.
Oh, when they leave him on the island, it's like, that was like I almost cried. Like I legit almost cried on that one. But the thing that Brachiosaurus was just like bloody murder in his low moan.
Poor thing, because he's between a rock and a hard place, because if he got on the boat, they're probably going to kill him. And then even if he didn't get on the boat, he was still going to die.
He's going to die by like molten lava. Like the worst. That's one of the worst way to go. Like poor dude, man. Like that hurts my soul seeing that.
I'm depressed now.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Fuck this. We're out.
You know what to do. Shut up.
For y'all who haven't seen Jurassic Park, the which one is it?
Second or third one. It's
the one with Chris Pratt.
All of them have Chris Pratt.
Not all of them. Yeah, the newer ones. I think it's the first one.
The second one. No, because the first one they are at the park, and then the second one is when they make the island.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because we watched recently
the second one then. Yeah.
So anyway, but that's it. Do you have any other places you want to time travel to?
I'm just gonna fucking go everywhere. Time machine, portal, zappy thing.
Great.
Bam. Done.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Next episode is going to be We're Not Qualified.
We're qualified.
We're very not qualified.
We are.
Barely qualified to be adults, man.
That's true. That's very true.
So we're not qualified. You know what to do. Please write in to inforthenight69@gmail.com, or go ahead and go to our website, which is inforthenightpodcast.com, and you can contact us there. Please send us any confessions, any stories, any advice questions. We like them all. So make sure you do that, because it's going to be good, and we can include it in our
We're Not Qualified.
We're Not Qualified episode. So, but Ler, what else can you find on our website?
Patreon and merchandise.
Yeah.
All the sexy merchandise.
So we can get merch on there. You can get Patreon. go ahead. If you really like us, go ahead and definitely donate to the cause. Animals are expensive, and we have 6 of them. But definitely do that. If you don't, that's totally okay. But you know what is free? Giving us a like and a review. If you give us a like and review, that helps us out, and we can spread the word and continue this lovely podcast. We are now a full year in, and yeah, this is awesome. I'm excited.
Full year. That's super crazy. Dope. Yeah.
Crazy.
And thank y'all for all the likes and comments for in the past and present and future. That's a big help. And we had like the one we saw that one time that said inspiring or something like that. Yeah,
we're inspiring, and I'm like, great. I'm like, inspiring to do what? Because we say so much shit.
I know we say so much and so many terrible things. Maybe
do not drug people in the drink.
I was about to say, maybe it's that one that's inspiring. Like someone's pissing you off, just tie them up, make them a drink, put some drugs in it, and go from there. See what happens. Anyway,
we hope we gave you a reason to stay in for the night.
And until next time, peeps, peace out.